This is the 7th time I've tried to make this video. This is going to be one of those videos a lot of you guys don't like. I know you guys are getting a little sick and tired of looking at my ugly mug. I guess this is an example of what happens when people look at my face. Well, many times when I see certain things on the forums, I like to respond to them, sometimes in a video. I usually do this because I've had a lot of trouble talking to people in texts and and typing posts and so forth. And of course, I can't bring up words because my brain doesn't work. Mostly because I have a heck of an attitude, and what you see is what you get with me. And I have a very mean sense of humor, and it doesn't come off very well sometimes. And I take, and sometimes people say things in certain ways that are just really nasty, and they don't really know it. Sometimes people just say things in certain ways that can hurt your feelings, or just come off as kind of jerky-ish. And that's why I like to go direct here with a video. And they don't really mean it. It's just, you don't have their faces in front of you. It's kind of like when you get honked while you're driving. You don't know what that person's thinking. You get all pissed off. You're like, you honk at me again, I'm gonna come out there and stab you with a knife. No. Basically, they might just be a quick tap. Hey, be careful. There's something going on up front. You don't have a face-to-face, and that's what this is about. This gentleman has been typing in some interesting information under my second biggest gripe about the Honda Hybrid. This gentleman was mostly talking about the brake hold, and I responded to it, and a few other people have. Including Insightfully, who's one of the top, if not the top moderator on the site. I'm not going to name the name of this person because I don't want to get into a big fight about it. I'm just interested about what he has to say. Now, he's owned many Hondas in the past. He now owns a Model 3 long range, which he thinks is a fantastic car. I was wondering where he was when I was talking about the weirdness, wish list, and what the fucks on the car, because here he has to talk about what he feels. And I have a great deal of respect for you, my friend. Whether I agree with you or not, I respect people who say what they think. He talks about many things about the two motor systems. He thinks they're a very good system in the Honda, and he doesn't feel that it's really going to work. I mean, for instance, the Honda compromised a lot to build the inside, and I find this to be its faults. It's not going to beat the Prius or the Ioniq or any of the Toyota hybrids. And I think the big reason it's not going to is because nobody really knows about the inside. And I think if Honda were really smart and really gave a crap, and I don't think they do. I'm sorry to say that, but I really don't think they do. They would sell this car at a massive loss. I would push this car out, at least in America, at a loss and get people into this damn car to show what they can do, because you get a lot for your money in this car. A lot for your money. But are there problems? Definitely. And I'm going to read off what he says, and this is where the respect comes and other things. At first, I was ecstatic with the Insight and drove it all around. It was a step in the right direction. Quiet, electric AC, cool space-saving buttons from the Clarity buttons instead of a shifter. But certain things always irked me. Yeah, well, it does. Floor made of felt padding. Okay, I always thought most floors had felt padding and stuff down there, but I could be wrong on that. A spare kit I can't buy, even though the trunk fits one. He's right about that. You can't buy the damn spare kit for this. You have to go and buy the older or find one in a junkyard for the I think for the 16 to 18 Civics. It's ridiculous. It's not available. A cluster of stuff surrounding me. I have no idea what it means. The high center console. I don't see any problem with that either. Ridiculously low passenger seats. Yeah. I don't have a problem getting out with it. It's pretty amazing for a fat mammal like me. But whatever. Gaping panel gaps. Yeah, there are a lot of panel gap problems. Mostly on the outside of this car. Just what about silly Honda logo and sounds the car makes when you open the door. Wow, I don't have any problem with the logo. Yeah, I guess the sounds are kind of stupid. I have gotten I'm kind of tired of this. You own a hybrid, therefore you're better than everybody else. But of course, most people with the Teslas seem to get that kind of attitude. And somebody on the forum showed a great picture of a Tesla with a Honda logo on it, so nobody would recognize it, what the hell it was, and wouldn't freaking key it every time they go buy it. But that was very funny. Yeah, if you could turn it off, that would be nice. The ridiculous sound it makes when it's under 12 miles per hour. And yes, he knows it's going to be federally mandated. I don't care what any of you guys says. I love that new age humming noise. And in fact, I'm going to see if I can find a way to make it go at speeds up to 25 miles per hour. And even when the engine's on. I don't know how we're going to do that. I don't think it's possible. I'm going to see if Adam can figure it out because I think it's cool. I love it. Every time I drive and that sound is going on with my car, everybody looks at the car, looks at me, and smiles. Nobody has ever looked at me and given me the middle finger over that noise. Nobody has ever looked at the car, heard that noise, looked at me, pulled out their penis and peed on my car. Every single one of them had either smiled or made a funny face because they thought it was kind of interesting or cute. It kind of reminds me of this Volkswagen Bug I see. It's a modern day Bug, but it's got eyelashes. Yeah, it's stupid, but it's cute. I like it. That's kind of fun. So you're way off on that, dude. So bite me. You don't like that. The ridiculously thin sheet metal. Yeah, the car is very thin, has tremendous cabin noise. The ANC is really there to try to take care of the cabin noise, but that's part of how you keep it light. You know, you have to keep it light. Useless LCAS ping pong. Lane keep us. No, dude. I find the lane keep assist to be extremely good on this car. You want to play ping pong or you want to drive off the road? Try the Toyota one, then you'll know. Although he talks later that he thought the safety systems on the Toyota were better. I don't know, but their lane keep assist isn't. The tiny ill-placed trunk button. Okay. I guess we all have to be angry about something. I'm sorry I don't have hot women jumping all over my lap, but okay. Yes, I am being silly with you, but that one's a little weird. I don't have a problem with the trunk button. Versus the large, easily accessed gas door button. So, yeah. Well, I guess, you know, they do have room right there on the dash area to put the trunk button. But I think the main reason is to keep you from accidentally pressing that instead of the gas button. Of course, the trunk button does have a delay, too, which is also smart. So if you tap it, it doesn't automatically open. The throngs of useless configurable screens on the instrument panel. I think a lot of them are useless on the instrument panel, but some of them are very good. Some of them are right. But then again, what about all the useless configurable crap on the Model 3? I'm sure most of it's pretty important to some people too. Home is an actual hard button and not on the LCD software button. Yeah, I prefer a hardware button. The ridiculous sound it makes in sport mode. I'd like to make my car fart in sport mode. I don't understand these sport mode sound things. If you're going to do it, at least make it sound cool. Make it sound like a Lamborghini or something on the inside. That would be cool. No soft open damper on the glove box. All right, we've been over that one. That one's pretty funny, too. The noise cancellation that makes a hissing sound. I never heard a hissing sound from the noise cancellation system unless you add shit that you're not supposed to the car, like subwoofers, that if your car didn't come with a subwoofer. So I never heard a hissing sound from it. If it did, it probably helped with the road noise because this car has horrendous road noise. Inability to set the regen and paddles. I agree. No, it's actually, he's got a comma there. Inability to set the regen, which I agree. You should be able to set your own regen or have it. I'd like automatic. And paddles? Really? It's a hybrid gas saver, not an electronic dual clutch tranny. Okay, I agree. I think the paddles are out there just for fun for some people. Are they necessary? Not nearly. I think it would be better if the system did it automatically, or if you had a choice, turning them on and doing it manually, or having it automatic like it's mostly in my Ford Fusion Energy. If it was an i8, I would accept paddles, but it's a 50 mile per gallon gas saver. Perhaps I shouldn't be so critical as the car is only $23,000.
This is the Messiah, the chosen one! No, he's not! An unbeliever! Persecute, kill the heretic!
No, you have every right to be critical. You are the consumer. And if Honda doesn't make the product to the place where it should be, even for $23,000, now, you might make $150,000 a year or $1 million a year. I make maybe $35,000 a year. For $23,000, I would complain. And you want to know something? If you make $1 million a year, for $23,000, you should be able to complain too. Frickin' free speech.
Semper Fi, motherfucker.
I think I already responded about the whole idea that they did a lot of changes and it's not going to beat the Prius or the Ioniq. Ioniq screwed themselves. I looked at the Ioniq. It was not a bad car and all that kind of stuff, but all the fun stuff and extra features were hidden behind big paywalls, which pushed up the price. Quite frankly, I think this car is probably the best bang for the buck for the money. The Corolla comes close, but it's cheesy on the inside. It's cheap. It's cheap and it's not fun. This car is fun. He also said, what's the point of an EV mode when it's easily defeated by gas pedal, low battery, or speed? Just get rid of it. You know what? I think the EV button is a load of crap, too. And I know some of you can found a way to ride on the EV button. It's a bitch. It's a bitch to ride on it, and it's not worth it. You got to sit there, watch your gauge, make sure you stay at a certain speed. No, the EV button is a joke. You have an EV button if you have a plug-in on the car, and the car can have a thing. The EV button is a waste of time. And also the whole idea of and he was talking about how the obscure way of setting up the auto parking brake with obscure beeps and so forth. And why not make it a menu option? I agree. It should be in the menu, just like pretty much everything is on the Tesla. So, what do all of us Insight people think of this person? Nah. Actually, I have a great deal of respect for you pushing these things out. I have to tell you, with the Model 3, I've looked at it. I think it's an ugly car. I've seen them on the road. I don't find them particularly interesting to look at. Doesn't mean if someone gave me one, I wouldn't be ecstatic. Say, oh yeah, hell yeah, I want an EV car, full electric car. But a few things I would like to point out about the Model 3 that I do know about that I think are flaws. One of the flaws is that at $35,000, you don't get all the autonomous driving package, which is a big part of the Model 3. So that's hidden behind a paywall that should be part of the car. But the biggest problem I have with the Model 3, besides the looks, which I don't think it's a particularly good-looking car, is the fact that everything is on a screen to your side. Now, everyone's going to say, you're going to get used to it and look at, yes, I know you can get used to it. But you've got key information like your speed, whether your turn signals are on or off, to your side, which actually takes your eyes off the road. This car has no business not having an HUD up top. So what you need to do, you need to put a HUD up top in the front. The car should have a HUD, and that HUD should tell you basically, it should give you things like turn signals, speed, some basic information, so your eyes are not off the road. To me, that is one of the biggest, most ridiculous flaws on that car. Car has no business not having an HUD right in front of you with basic information like your speed and your turn signals being on and off and so forth. This video's gotten way too long. Half you people ain't going to watch it at this distance, especially not with my ugly face in it. But I really wanted to talk about some of these things, and I'm going to have to edit this thing because it's too damn long. I shouldn't have done this fucking video. Well, ready out. The hell with it.